Hey, what's going on, everybody? Your boy DJ Steady Manos, and I got a story again from last night gig. Oh, there goes my famous ladder, the famous little ladder. I had it was a pretty cool gig last night. So the birthday girl called me. The times that she picked was from she wanted to do 9 to 1 o'clock in the morning. And I don't have a problem, doing gigs like that. But I told her, I said, hey, but what about the time? I said, usually we have curfew time. We have curfews, like the sound have to be off by 10 o'clock. And she goes, don't worry. And she goes, you don't have to worry about that. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, we're at the res. And I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, don't, we're going to, nobody won't complain. I said, oh, cool. So when I was heading to the gig, there's a little small little tiny road. And there's no signs, nothing. And all of a sudden it says, turn right. And I'm like, I missed it. And I'm like, what the heck? So I had to make a U-turn. And like I said, there's a tiny little road doing two lanes. One coming this way, one going that way. 2 lanes. So I said, dang, I got to make a U-turn, but there's nowhere to make a U-turn. So I finally made a U-turn. Came back, and it is dark. No lights, nothing, just a tiny little road. Now it's like, turn left. I'm like, turn left. And I said, missed it again. I was like, what the? So I made another U-turn, went back. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to drive super slow. And I'm driving super slow, and it says, turn right. And I looked, and he goes a road, right? I don't know if you guys notice this, but he goes a road, and usually most roads are up, a little bit elevated, and it goes down. Well, dirt roads are like that, I guess. And then I was driving, I slowed down, and I kind of seen a dirt path. I said, the speed limit on that little road was 55. So I'm sure the cars behind me was like getting mad at me because I was going super slow. So I finally turned into the dirt road, and I drove in. I said, what the heck, is this it? And I looked, I seen a house there. I seen a house on the left side and a house on the right, and it says, arriving, or whatever this says, arriving. And then I stopped, and I looked, and there was a house, and there were people out there. I said, oh, this has to be it. So I went out, it's dark, and I told her, I said, hey, I'm here, the DJ's here. She goes, oh, great. She goes, do you mind setting up right here? And I said, no, I don't mind. And they put me right next to like a little cooking area. And they always put me in the cooking area. But the battery always saved the day because I didn't want to run an extension cord. I just had my battery plugged up, everything to it. And I was playing, and like at 8, almost 9 o'clock. And 9 o'clock, the guy told me, can you pause the music for a second? So I paused it, and I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I said, okay. I paused it. And the little 3 group guy came in. They came in, and they started singing the happy birthday song to her. And I said, okay, cool. Then I thought they were going to leave, but they started bringing in equipment. I'm like, what the? And I was like, oh, dang. And I talked to the lady, and I said, so, I played so many times with groups before. I said, usually how it works, I said, they play, they take a little break. And I said, I could play in between the breaks. And I said, I'll play the opposite music of what they're playing. I said, so I'll play English music or whatever, reggaeton. I said, because they don't play reggaeton. So we did that, and it kind of worked out. And it's funny because they're like a lot of people don't really, well, if you have a group, you have to have a group that plays a lot of, like if that group right there, they did play cumbias, but they had to keep the crowd going, so they had to play a lot of cumbias, and they only knew a few From what I noticed that they only knew a few. So when it was my turn, I went and played some cumbias, and people was dancing, and then I started playing some hip hop. They got crazy with the hip hop. And I was like, oh, okay. See, if I would have had more time, let's say if I would have been me by myself, I'd test them out. I say, I want to know what they like. If I would have had more time, I said, okay, this is the hip hop crowd, and a little, Spanish. So it would have been reversed. It would have been more hip hop, a little bit of Spanish, you know. So when they had that group, I thought it was a Spanish group, like a Spanish crowd. But they're mixed. They're native Indians and Mexicans. So the natives wanted English, and the Mexicans wanted the. So I said, okay, the Mexicans got their band, their little band. I said the natives they want some hip hop. So I played a few, and they were getting crazy. I was like, ooh man, these people are ready to get down. And then the group played at 12, and they're gonna finish it off to 1. And so I told the owner, I said, okay, I think my time is up, because she hired me to 12:30. And I said, I think my time is up. And she goes, I said, the band's gonna wrap it up. I said, I'm gonna pack it up now. She goes, okay. And she goes, that's fine. And then when I was packing up my stuff, I was taking it to my car, and I'm parked in the dirt road. And then there was a commotion outside. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And the police was there. Somebody called the cops. And they're arguing with the cops. And at first, I didn't get what's going on. And they're telling the cops, you're trespassing. And I was like, oh, dang. And then I realized, okay, we're in res. This is the res here. I said, the cops don't have any jurisdiction in the res. And they're telling the police, you guys are trespassing. They're not allowed. The only ones that are allowed, any government or state that are allowed, is the federal police. But they're regular local cops. So they're telling the cops, you guys are trespassing. You're not allowed to be here. So they were getting mad at the cops. And they were just telling them just close the gate. They ain't got no right to be, they ain't got no right on the res. They were just saying close the gate. And I was like, holy cow. And I was like, it's getting a little, the cops were trying to be cool about it, saying, I'm sorry, I understand you guys having a party and stuff, but, we have a complaint. And these houses are pretty spread apart. The houses are spread apart. There's like a lot of land. I should show you guys on Google Map how spread apart there are. But so I was getting my stuff out, and I had my one of my lights. I was using it as a flashlight because it's pitch dark. So every time I flashed my light, the cops was looking at me like, because I was flashing at the crowd, like, to get their attention, and like showing them I'm coming. Because like I said, I have to block the path, and everybody was blocking the path by the gate. And I was like, why every party they have to block the path? And I'm not kidding, man. I was leaving, and they're like blocking me, and I'm like, coming through, with my flashlight, my light just flashing, so they could see me. And then the cops were like, I think there was 3 cops, and they're talking. I mean, they're kind of calm, the cops, because they already knew it was their bad. They had no right to be there. They probably called it their boss, saying, "What do we do? What do we do?" They're telling us we don't have no jurisdiction. Who knows? I don't know what happened, but so I was like, all right, I'm out of here. And I had I didn't take that much stuff. I just took my RCS, my controller. Hold on, let me see. 2 RCS controller, a box of wires, my huge battery. Maybe I had maybe 6 things with me. I didn't even take that much stuff. 6 things, and yeah, she didn't want no lights. So I ended up taking the RCFs, the one with the battery. Those are pretty good. I like those. You can change the colors of the thing. I took those. She said no lights. I said, oh, cool. I said, that's fine. But I still took them anyway, just could light up my DJ area. And then, so when I got all my stuff already loaded, cops they were already leaving. They're in the police car. I'm not sure what the heck they're doing in the cop car. They're probably just still sticking around, trying to figure out what they could do. But from what I understood was going to happen, they're going to take it in the house, the party. I was like, I just heard everybody, and I'm saying, all right, let's close the gate. Let's go in the house. And the band was still there. So I was like, holy cow, they're going to go in the house and big old tuba, boom, 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 boom. I was like, holy cow. So I said, well, I'm out of here. I'm glad I packed it up quick, because usually if you don't pack it up quick, and they'll say, can you stick around? So I'm glad the band was talking with them, and they were talking to the band saying, how can you play a little longer? And I think it's funny because I think that dude called the band, or the brother, somebody called the band, and she called me. There wasn't no communication between both of them. So they were both two groups there. Or who knows? Maybe that dude thought that I didn't play Spanish music. Who knows? Maybe they're probably like, the DJ doesn't play Spanish music. So, but it was a good gig overall. It was pretty good. I like it. I'm sure they're gonna call me. This is probably the third time I played at that res. This is the third time I played at that res. One time I did a wedding at a different res. Oh man, I should tell you that one. That one, my car started fishtailing because of the dirt. The ground is all rocks, and if you slam on the brakes, you start going. It's crazy. That one was pretty cool. All my equipment was all dusty because of the drive on the dirt road. But yeah, that was a while back. That was a long time ago. That was a cool gig too. That was a long time ago. Yeah. So this is your boy. I'm gonna pack up my stuff or bring it in, clean it up. Here goes my Altos. Here goes my killer cat. I gotta bring in my junk, clean it all up, and get ready for my next one. And my next video, I'm gonna explain of my little crates, what I do. Somebody asked a question about my crates. There was a 2 questions somebody asked, saying, why do you color the songs? I have them in colors, and I'm gonna show you guys my madness, what I do. I'm gonna show you the madness, what I do, what I do, why do I do, or my crates, how I do them like that. Why do I color them? And it's real simple. For me, it's simple. It's not really hard, but people, you guys ask, so I'm an honest person. I like to explain my madness. Why do I do things a certain way? So I'm gonna bring in my stuff, clean up my stuff. I got my rag ready. I just like to wipe things off, clean them up, get them ready. Use my little small vacuum. I like that little vacuum. So get ready for the next one, and we'll see. I think the next one's gonna be a rock, not like. I remember that she told me that her husband liked rock, classic rock, all this kind of rock music, mainstream rock. So I gotta look at it in my notes and see. Maybe shoot a text to remind me, or give me a couple artists. So I get an idea. Get prepared for this one. And another gig that I did. This dude, I don't know what he meant by this. He said he was a DJ. I'm always meaning DJs. So I'm a DJ. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Awesome. I never done that in my life. I never went to another DJ say, I'm a DJ. I just let them do their thing. I don't know why people always come to me. I guess they want small chatter and they want to talk. Who knows? I'm not a social person. I'm like, get out of my face, fool. But this guy said, I'm a DJ, and he was saying, yeah, you usually, he goes, when I used to DJ, they used to provide a playlist. He goes, you got a playlist, huh? I said, yeah. I said, from her, yeah. And she gave me a playlist. He goes, yeah, I figured. And I said, I was telling my girlfriend that you probably got a playlist, because there's no way you know this music. And I was like, what does that mean? He said, there's no way you know this music. So I was like, some of them I don't know. I said, but majority of these I have and I do know. And it was funny because it's like a stereotype. They see a Mexican like, yeah, this guy got a playlist. He doesn't know this music. It's just like a stereotype. Like, dude, my daughter listened to some crazy heavy rock gothic music. I don't know what she listened to, but you should. And I told her, I said, it's funny because they think, you don't know this music. What was that? What does that mean? I'm a DJ for a reason, because I like the music. I like everything. So I'm gonna show you guys a playlist on this one. And there was somebody on YouTube also made a comment about R. Kelly. He's saying, people is on the fence about playing R. Kelly. And I want to show you the playlist that I got from this gig last night. And I'm going to show you that there was at least 4 songs for R. Kelly that they requested. 4 songs. And I was like, holy cow, see? A lot of people are on the fence. I'm not on the fence of playing R. Kelly. I play whatever they ask for. That's my job. And plus, I like R. Kelly. He has some jams. He got some cool jams. I like it. Like, the only one that I really, really like is Step in the Name of Love. That's a jam. I play that almost at every gig. And I got a remix where it goes a cappella at the end. And when it goes a cappella, you could throw in a different beat in there. Like if you want to throw in some reggaeton in there, then it'll be the reggaeton beat to it, So there's all kind of stuff they could do with this a cappella stuff. But I'm going to pack it up. Or not pack it up, clean up my junk. And I'm going to talk about the crates, my crates. People want to know what's in your crates. They want to know. I remember, people was like, it's a secret. What's in your crates? There's nothing in my crates. But I'll show you guys what's in my crates. There's nothing there. I use my crates a whole different way from everybody else. And I'm going to explain what do I do and how do I do it. And what else I'm going to talk about? The crates. And I want to do a map on my controller. I'm going to remap something on my controller. This thing been bothering me. So I'm going to show you guys how to map. I don't know if you guys know about mapping. So I'm going to, here's the button. This button does something that I don't want it to do. I wanted to change it, the functions of what it do. So I'm going to remap it. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. There's 2 things that I already remapped. Or I haven't remapped one of them, but I already did one of them so easy. Okay, so let me just explain real quick before I go. I got a piece of paper. So here goes my pads. Dang, of course it doesn't work. Here goes my pads. Here's my pads. Each pad has a different color. This right here is blue. Blue doesn't work on this, on the left side. So on the right side, blue works. On this side, the blue works. On this side, it doesn't work. So the LED is probably burned out. So for me, my problem is that if I have a Q mark on this pad, I won't know because it's not lit up. Because to activate the pads, you got to push it and it lights up. And you already know that there's something there. So if I put a Q here, a Q there, and a Q there, I won't know that there's a Q here. And let's say I'm playing the music and I want to just do it. Because sometimes I just push the Q and back it up like stutter, with the Q. And if this is not lit up, I won't know. And let's say I think I'm going to do this to a song, like boom, 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 and there's something there, I'm going to goof up. So what I did, I reversed the colors with that one. I reversed them. This is supposed to be an arrow. I reversed these 2. So this one I think was green. So I put green over here and blue over there. I already fixed that problem. That was kind of one of my problems. So this, I fixed that problem. The other one, I have another little button that I want to change the function of that. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, how to map it on your controller. And that's what I love virtual DJ. And a lot of people don't like virtual DJ. This is what is that dumb word that people say? Beginners. That's the dumbest word I ever heard. This is a beginner speaker. This is a beginner controller. That's the dumbest thing I heard. I hate that word, beginners. What does that mean, beginners? I've been DJing for 30 years, so I have this. So that means I'm a beginner. That's like the dumbest thing, you know? That's the dumbest thing I heard. If anything, you want to tell somebody, they starting out DJing, saying you want to get something first, buy something that's not expensive. It's like when you're first learning how to drive, get yourself a hoopty, because you know you're going to back up into something and crash it, and get yourself a hoopty. But don't be saying that this is the beginner's controller, or this is the big. And to me, that's the dumbest thing I heard, you know? So anyways, I'm gonna fix that up. I'm gonna show you guys what's in my crates. This is your boy DJ Manos, and this beginner DJ gotta go. I'm out. Peace.